Hi guys, hello, how are you doing? This is Ann. I'm back with a very nice video today. So this is for first time moms or moms who are trying to wean their babies. I'm doing this video in transit because it's been a very busy year for me and I haven't been able to make quite a lot of videos as such. So I know I promised you a video of how I weaned my baby, mostly my baby girl, because I feel like I did something different, and she's a pretty good feeder. At her age, I feel like she's very good compared to my first one. So I want to give some tips on what I did differently, if it helps one person or if it helps someone out there, then that would be good. Because I remember when you're a first time mom and you're trying to navigate the journey of motherhood and all the feeding tips and more, maybe you don't have a village with you helping you raise this baby. I remember times I would go online and try to, Google some tips, and sometimes we go, what's the best foods to start weaning a baby with, or what should I feed my baby? So all those resources, and at times I found some help online out there. So if this helps someone, so well and good. So I remember with my second baby girl, I started feeding her solids or weaning her not so early. Some people start earlier than 6 months, but I waited until she was ready, around when she was 6 months. When she hit 6 months, actually I think the night before she was 6, that's when I felt like she's ready. I couldn't wait to give her something because she seemed so ready. She was showing me all the cues. She's reaching for my food. She wants to hold the food that I'm eating. So the first foods that I started her on was avocado. So they say avocados are full of fat, healthy fats, and I read somewhere that the nutrients in avocados, they're almost the same as the nutrients in a mother's milk, breast milk. So when weaning a baby with avocados, that's a very good thing. And then you have to cut them in chunks. So I cut them into 4 pieces, and so I gave her the whole chunk to hold. So when she's holding that chunk of avocado and biting it, so she's learning how to hold the food for one. So she's learning a more we call the motor skills. So she's learning how to coordinate for the motor skill from her hand to her mouth, and at the same time she's gonna learn how to swallow and work the food in her mouth. And also the food avocados are very soft. So when you start with avocado, then you're not so much worried about choking, and because it's really soft, and the kids can work it with their gums. They don't have to have teeth. So that is one thing I did. So also I realized that with my first one, I was so worried about cleaning and the baby being messy, and every time he would try to go pick stuff and pick things from the floor and want to take chunk of food and just mash it, because at times when you give them this chunk of avocado, I gave her a chunk and she only ate just a little bit. The other one, she was just mushing it in her hands, putting it on her hair and everywhere, and dropping it all over, and it was all kind of messy. So that a lot of work that I did was clean. But tell you what, when I did that, after a few months, she was able to feed herself, and you could see she was getting better. She got better real quick, and she became a very good feeder. And she could eat a variety of stuff. So even I used to see like well, back then when I was growing up, I could see my mom give my young ones, when you're eating like chicken and you have this bone, you see organic, like we have this organic chicken, the bones are very strong. So after you eat and there's a bone left, you just give them to work it out. So I used to see my hubby give my baby that, and so just sucking on it, sucking on the juice. Yeah, so that is something I did. Just let the kids be messy. So with my first one, I didn't like to clean as much, and that's something I did different with my second one, letting them be messy. I'm gonna post a video here at the end, and then you can see how those are some of the small videos that I don't want to forget. They're very cute. My baby girl being all messy, and I put her I would just put a blanket on the living room and just give her some food sometimes, let her feed herself. I would put some cereal in a bowl and then let her use the spoon, learn to hold the spoon, just sit her there and let her work it out, whether she spills that or not. Just let them have some fun with the food, and at the end of the day, it's gonna be for your benefit. So I'm gonna post a small video at the end of this clip, and then y'all can see what I'm talking about. So that is one thing I did different. Also, some like to want to feed themselves early. So if you start weaning them at 6 months, you can start with avocados. You can do bananas as well. So you just cut a banana and maybe cut out a little skin on top and let them hold, and that too they can work out because it's not so hard. Let them bite it. So the only things you cannot give them are things that are round. I also read online you can start with you can steam some carrots, but just make sure you don't cut sizes that can choke them. So you only cut those veggies in pieces that are not round. Something if it goes down the baby's throat, it cannot block the airway completely. Yeah. So something else I read, and this is not from a health professional or anything. This is just a mother to another mother. So this is not advice based on any health professional or anything. This is just how I did it with my babies as a mom. So this is just a mom to another mom. So when you cut those chunks, cut them in sizes that cannot choke the baby. And what else did I do? Also, I saw broccolis as well. You can just steam broccolis. That's another thing I gave my baby. She used to like broccolis. Steam those broccolis and then give her a chunk, and she's gonna work her way up, her way. So I don't remember feeding my baby these foods you just mash and feed them, or puree. I never pureed food from my second baby, but my first one, I had this blender. I pureed until they were 1 year old. So I made a very big mistake there, and I feel like I did a disservice to my firstborn, because I pureed this food, and by the time I started wanting to feed her real solids, he was way grown, and he would choke on little stuff because he's already grown. Because they say when you start, the babies who are 6 months are less likely to choke than the ones who are grown, because the gag reflex, as they grow, it keeps going backwards and backwards. Like when they're 6 months, the gag reflex is close by them, the tongue, and close by outside. But as they grow, when they go to 1 year, their gag reflex is behind their throat. So the 6 months old is able to gag before the food gets down the throat, and they can take it out and work it. But this 1 year old or 1.5 year old is likely to choke because the food, before they can gag, their gag reflex is gone down their throat. So it's better when you start weaning your child when they something else I did. So what I did, I gave them chunk. I didn't mash any food for my firstborn. I tried the cereal just so I could see how they work it out, but most of the time I could give them chunks. I would steam squash out this squash and just give them to hold, let them work it. So something else I tried was a fast food. They also sell like meat, nice chunks of meat, so you just steam it real good. But that one my husband found me doing it sometime, and he was like, I could not do that, I cannot do that. He was so afraid of me. I don't know where I put that video, but I remember I had a video. I just gave them, I cooked that meat real good. It was really tender. It was a chunk of it, and you just give them to hold. They are gonna just work it out. I could see her work it out. She didn't choke. And you just make sure you steam it real good. Even if they're not able to chew it or swallow it or anything, the juice, they're getting their nutrients from that meat. So these kids can work it out. That's something I did different. And even exposed her to variety when she was young. Give her all kinds of stuff. She's gonna hold it. So yeah, so that's something else I did different. So you don't have, if you don't want to mash your baby's food or puree it, you do not have to. You can just decide you're gonna give your child chunks of it, or you can also decide you can puree it and add the what are they called? They are finger foods. You can decide you'll do finger foods, or you can decide you can puree at times and give finger foods at the side. So that's something else I did different. What else did I do? So I let her be messy. I started finger foods very early. I didn't even mash her food. And what else did I do different? So those are some of the things. Do you know what else I did different? No? Okay. So that's mostly it. So for the first times out there, anyone who's worried about the baby not maybe eating quicker, or maybe not wanting to eat solids faster, I was in that kind of situation with my first baby, but every kid is different. So just keep trying introducing one thing at a time. And I remember because my second one was so picky, I had to like get stuff he would like at time I had even to buy him I actually had to ship sugar cane with Amazon, and we could give him, he liked that sugar, and he would just chew on it and enjoy the learning everything. I know it. Yeah. So, and also I started him with I gave him, you can try an apple as well as they grow. Maybe after they go to 6 to 7 months, 8 months, you can also give them an apple. The gums are really hard. They can work it out. Yeah. And so good luck having fun weaning your baby, enjoying these baby milestones. Motherhood is a beautiful journey. It's amazing. I usually miss those times and just used to sit there, and the first time you see your baby walking and maybe eating their fast foods, it's amazing. Take time to be messy. Don't get tired cleaning. Clean if you have to. That's what we are called for. You can do this. And if anyone has any questions, I'm always available here to give any tips. And don't forget to subscribe. And thank you for those who have subscribed to my YouTube channel. If you haven't, please go ahead and subscribe. Support me that way. That's the only gift that you can give me. And don't forget to like and share my videos, and also click the notification bell so that every time I post a new video, you'll be the first ones to see it. So bye bye guys, see you soon.
That's a snack. you, yeah, I, you, Z.
Do you want the banana? Here. Here. Can I help you hold the spoon nicely? You want to drink from the bowl? Let every heart prepare him room. In heaven and nature sing, in heaven and nature sing. In heaven and nature sing. The Lord is come.
And
Receive.
a day.
Let every heart. Sing them burning joy. Joy. Cereal, please, please, please. Here. What do you want? What? What? Okay, what's that? You want what Kian is eating? Please. Okay. Please, can you take a bite of cereal? Just one? You don't want the cereal? What do you want? What your brother is eating? Okay. Let's see. Okay. You want that? All right, take a bite.